Good morning and welcome to my presentation. Today I'm going to be showing off my chatbot with all its functionalities. So this will include the quiz I've added, the tasks, the activity log of viewing all of the different tasks that have occurred and everything that's happened during the session, as well as my main layout for my GUI. So let's get started right away. So first what I'm going to do is, so this is my main response class. Basically this class talks to everything else. It has the main logic in for my entire code. So I have a bunch of if else statements that basically outline, so if the specific trigger happens, then the bot will respond accordingly. So we have our mood detection, we have where if a task is added or if a user asks to add a task, then it detects that specific keyword, and then we'll obviously add the task that the user's requested along with a date and time. Then we also have the option for users to view tasks or complete tasks, delete tasks. And then after that, we have our validation checking for if the user has input something for a quiz. So if they've started the quiz, if they've entered the correct details for the quiz. And then lastly, we have our memory system here, which is basically just recalling of if a user was interested in something. That was from part 2. And then lastly, the very last fallback that happens if none of that is detected, and if not a key prompt is detected, other than a conversation, the bot will just say that it doesn't understand. So let's start off by running the program, and then we can get into the core features. Right, so we into the main GUI here. So basically I added a send button and a start quiz button. The quiz can also be started if the user types in the box start quiz, but let's just start a basic conversation here. So let's just say, how are you? And then we should get, same as our response back from part 1 and part 2, we should get, so we can just say, I'm great, thanks. Oh. Perfect. So normal chat functionality is working well. We can still ask the same as usual, like what can I ask you? And then we get our normal standard response like in part 1 and part 2. So what we're going to look at for this part right here is we had to do a quiz. So let's start off with the quiz. So let's say start quiz. And essentially now we're going to get 10 questions where the user will have to choose either between multiple choice or true or false. So let's quickly just run through this. This might take a little bit of time because it just takes a bit of time to process each question that's sent in. Cool. So then obviously, as we see, I've given an incorrect answer. So the bot answers with saying incorrect with the correct answer, of which it was, and then with a tip below it. Each one has a tip based on whether it's correct or incorrect. So I just thought that was a nice little feature that I added. So let's say this one is, let's say we give it a proper correct answer. Cool, so now we said that we've got a correct answer and we've got a little tip below it, just letting us know all about that question. So for the true or false ones, we made it that so that it takes the input if the user types true or false. So let's just put true for that one. Cool, and there's our answer again with our tip. So I'm going to quickly run through these. As you can see, we've got a nice dialog box here that indicates that the user can always go back up to and look at a specific question or a specific thing they said. Obviously, I wanted to make it look as make it easier as possible for users to find the specific things they were looking for. Um, let's get B for that one. Cool, and then at the end we should get a summary of what our score was. Right, so there we go. So that my last question was incorrect. So I scored 7 out of 10. So in the logic of the code, basically I set it so that if it detects a score below, if it detects it equal to or below 5, if I can find where I put it now. Wasn't there. It was here. So basically saying that if the score is less than or equal to 5, then it'll say keep learning, stay safe online. Or if it's above 6, then we get great job, you're a cybersecurity pro. So in this case, we got great job, you're a cybersecurity pro. Cool, awesome, right? So now let's say we want to add a task function. We want to add a task. So let's say we add task, and let's say my task is update password. Or let's make it more interesting. Let's say create 2FA. Yeah, let's just say that, and then we'll say after that we can add a definition or a description next to it. So we can say, so we said create 2FA, so we can say create 2FA for my uni login. And then we can also add next to it, we can say remind me in 2 days. Cool. So basically what it's done now is it's created this task, and it'll remind me in 2 days exactly from now. Right, so now let's say we want to add another task. Let's say we just add task. Let's say we make this one update login page. And we don't want to add, let's say we just want to add a description. Change the login page for users. So let's say we don't want to add a time or anything, or anything, we can just send that as well. See, no reminder was set. Additionally, we can do one, we can say add task, and let's just do this one. We can make GUI, and we'll say for this one, we'll say implement GUI, and we'll just put at the end here, we'll put remind me in 1 minute. Cool. Cool, so in a minute's time it should remind me. So we can keep looking for that in a second. Just takes a bit of time because obviously it's got to tick down the minute. Right, well, let's continue. So let's say we want to now view our tasks. that we've made. So we'll just do view tasks. Oh, there we go. It just indicated us about our reminder. Reminder implement GUI. Remind me in 1 minute. Oh, it's just gone back to the beginning. And it has it reminded us. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we've asked it to view our tasks. So here are the previous tasks we've made. They're all pending right now because we haven't actually completed any of our tasks. So let's say we want to complete some of these tasks. Let's do complete task, and let's do update. Well, actually, let's do update login page. And we'll send through that one. There we go, and the task was completed and marked as complete. Cool. Let's say we want to delete that task now. We'll just do delete task, and then we'll do update login page. Right, and our task has successfully been deleted. Right, and then lastly, we're going to do the show log option. So now that we've seen that we can make tasks, delete them, we can schedule them for specific times, specific days, within a minute, etc., etc., and that the system actually takes the time and then reminds the user of the task. So that's useful. So now we're going to do the last feature, which is showing the log of all previous interactions. So we'll just do show log. This might take a little bit of time because what it does is it shows the log of all previous and past sessions as well. So even while I was testing, it was recording the log. So it should display it to us now. Awesome, right here. So here's our activity log. So it hasn't showed up the sessions from earlier, which is good. But basically from the beginning of when we got, here's our score from our quiz. Here's when we did our quiz as well. That was from earlier testing, just those 2 points there. But yeah, we had where we created our tasks, where I asked for all of the tasks and viewed them, what I updated and deleted. Yeah, so that is the full functionality of my app. So now we can just say, awesome, thanks. Cool, and that is that. Right, so that was the final implementation of my app. A lot of the features are I'm quite happy with how they're fleshed out. There is obviously room for improvement. However, all the GUI works quite fluidly. I think it's quite easy to understand, specifically for users. We've obviously got our buttons here that are quite easy to send is easy to understand. We've got a big dialog box, which is a lot of readable area. And so that's about it. Thank you for listening to my presentation and have a wonderful day.